we'll go around in our normal order and take any questions after we've finished with that. Adam, if you want to start us off, please.
Adam, congratulations. If you could write a script for a playoff semi-final over 2 legs, that was as perfect as it can be, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. First of all, I have to say congratulations also to Norwich again, to a really good season. They were a strong opponent, pretty complicated game away at Carrow Road. Obviously a bit more tactical game and a bit more pragmatical approach also from both sides. And yes, it was one of our most complex performances during the whole season today. Dominant in possession, were so creative in order to create also many clear-cut chances. Scored 4 goals, should have scored many more if I'm really honest. But we were also there with total control, apart from this one scene of Josh Sargent in the first half. In terms of our defending, I'm happy with the clean sheet. It was important to return back at Carrow Road to our best defensive behavior. We transported this also into this game, apart from this one scene, and then also to add the second step to return back to be dominant in possession, to be good on the ball, to play our principles, to create chances, and also to put them to bed. Norwich, although we were so early in the game, 2-0 up, they tried everything in order to change the running of the game, so it was not easy. We had to be switched on really in each and every moment, and then obviously also with the 4-0 in the second half, the game was then done. Yes, many compliments to my side, also to my young side tonight. Was a bit concerned, if I'm honest, because the pressure was a bit on us here at Elland Road, obviously after the first game. And also due to the season we had, but we ought to play today. Yes, without Stuart Dallas, okay, we knew this, but also without Pascal Struijk, without Patrick Bamford, without Sam Byram, Daniel James and Connor Robert just on the way back after injuries, also not ready to play for 90 minutes. Don't know what our average age of the starting lineup today was. Probably Glenn Kamara or Junior Fipper was the oldest player on the pitch. So if we could handle really the experience and the physicality of Norwich, but the lads delivered in a perfect way, also pretty smart in the game management, pretty impressive for such a young side, and for that, yes, many compliments apart from this one scene in the first half, and that we should have been a bit more effective in using the chances, especially in the beginning of the second half. Normally we should have scored the 4th goal earlier. It was nearly a perfect night for us, and we were all happy.
Daniel, were you forced into making the change because of Sam Byram's fitness? Or would you have played any, or selected differently otherwise?
Yes, it was always a play, the plan after a really good first game to go a bit more for it in the second game, and I had this in my mind. But to leave Sam Byram out was definitely also forced, because he had an injury with hip flexor. If I would have started him anyway, I was probably yes, because he is experienced, but I think I would have definitely taken probably a 4th offensive thinking player into the game, because we wanted to go for it today and not like just to wait for a penalty shootout or something like this. Although we were also prepared for that, but we wanted to attack this game, and the lads delivered in this terms in a perfect way.
Daniel, before kick-off, it was 15 minutes, 20 minutes of crowd building. Could you hear it? And was that a unique experience for you? Because I've got to say, in all the years I've seen Leeds, I've not experienced anything like that.
Yes, so this place is really second to none. So how much this place is rocking, and once it comes down to the wire, that this club is then united and like no one else. So it's unbelievable, the atmosphere. Obviously, the run in was not the best because of many injuries. We didn't have our best shape, and obviously also not the best results in the last two games. But then to go there with this euphorism and this positivity and this unity into this game is really second to none. And I'm pretty grateful also for this experience. Sometimes it could be also a bit dangerous, because it's not that easy to play not each and every ball forward. So sometimes you also have to make sure that you still keep your cool and that you're not there with overriding emotions when this place is rocking like today. And I also got the feeling, so in the first half, sometimes we start our attacks perhaps even a bit too early and too soon, instead of preparing them a bit more. But yes, like I mentioned, so this young side, when they hear this crowd, though sometimes they are even also over emotional and want to play each and every time the perfect pass. We had to make sure that in this terms we also would calm them down a bit at halftime. But obviously this place is a great help, and just have compliments for our supporters, because this is why we all grew up and wanted to be a football player, for nights like this, to have a place rocking like this. So in football, no one can guarantee success. Yeah, you can be there, the better side, hit 10 times the crossbar, and the opponent is one time in your half, and deflected strike goes in, you lose the game. You can't guarantee success. But for this experiences like tonight, a nearly perfect night for us, and to celebrate together with our supporters for this, we all started once to play football, and it was one of these very, very special nights. And yeah, really thank you also to our supporters for this great experience.
You're going to walk out of Wembley, Daniel, week on Sunday. You've got the momentum now. You've got bravery, you've shown leadership here tonight in all your players. How much will that momentum help you create history in this club?
Yes, it was important also to win the confidence back and to win the momentum back. And this is definitely the basement situation. It's not a guarantee, like I mentioned before, because you can't plan success. You just can deliver performances. And this is what we want to do. We want to deliver performance at Wembley. We want to keep our nerves, want to not to be overdriven by our emotions, and want to be at our best. And then we have a great chance also to write another chapter of history in this amazing club. But before, we have to make sure that we deliver a good performance, and my eyes are already from now on on this game.
Finally for me, what does the next 8 days or so look like for you, Dan?
I think the lads are right now 10 days without a day off, and it was lots of work on the training pitch and lots of mental pressure. It's important to calm the nerves down and also to reduce the load a bit and give them also a bit time to recover, not just from the physical point of view, but also from the mental point of view. But then, in 2 days we'll start again in order to make sure that we are prepared for Wembley, because once you're so close to return back to the Premier League, even with the first time of asking, and if I'm honest, if you would have told me this in September, we would be right now just one game away from the Premier League. I would have said, will be tricky. I'm not sure if you're really able to manage this. But right now we are there, and obviously right now you also want to go for it. And our eyes are just right now on perhaps really to return back on the first time of asking. Would be of course great. Thank you.
Graham?
You talked about Georgie being a confidence player early on in the game, like he got his confidence back. Did you get a sense of that in the week, or were you just hoping that tonight would be the night to come back?
I was a bit careful before the game, because I had also 2 or 3 times in the last weeks the feeling on the training pitch he looked sharp again, and then the performance in the game was not on the top level. Yes, obviously he has lost a bit of his shape and his confidence, and you could literally feel it. But for me, it was also the feeling overall he has played such a great season, and is also like always there for the team and tries to work hard for the team. Even at Norwich, he was perhaps even a bit unlucky in possession, but he did 100% his job that we wanted him to do against the ball. And this was also crucial. And told him, listen, as long as you work that much for the team and are concentrated on doing the basic stuff and help the team, I will always back and support you, because he was also one of our key players in more or less the first 47 games. And then it's not like I doubt him and I don't back him in such a crucial final after 48 games. So it's important that then our key players get more whole backing and more whole trust, and also to work with them to win their confidence back and to win their rhythm back. So they have carried us during the whole season, not just him, but also players like Chris Summerville and also Joel Byram. They need then my backing in this moment. And thank God they repaid my trust tonight with a brilliant performance, all of them. Brilliant result for us. And we know that we have also good options, and would have had good options if it wouldn't work, and would have had the option also to change during the game. But for me, it was always clear that I would trust him today, and how crucial he can be for us. He's shown this today.
The free kick, was that just a moment of improvisation that Ilya spotted it, or was it something you'd seen?
Yes, first of all, credit to our analyzing team, and especially also to my assistant coach Edmund Riemer, who is responsible for this. obviously we know that we are not the best side in terms of headers, and we have to be more creative than other teams when not Liam Cooper and Pascal Struijk are on the pitch. So we've worked a lot in the recent months on this topic, also on short options to be creative. And also we analyze the opponents and also the positioning of the goalkeeper as well. But you can't plan the goal like this just on the training pitch. You also need then a bit of luck, and then also the moment when Ilya fulfills also this plan with great quality and also a bit the instinct and creativity that it is moment to do this right now. And for that, many compliments to Ilya that he was there with such a precise execution and was obviously also a decisive moment in the game and an important goal for us.
Byram?
We've talked about your striker selection since August, haven't we? And tonight it felt like Joel delivered the performance we've all been waiting for. He's been almost flawless.
Yes, overall, I spoke about the amount of striker goals that we need during the season, and especially Georgie in the beginning of the season, a bit more with assists, but then also Patrick Bamford with many games with crucial goals, and also right now, Joe Pirot, I think 13 goals during the season. Right now, also quite an important goal. Could and should have been a few more, if I'm honest, because normally he puts 2 more to bed. But not just the goal, also his overall performance, his assist and his workload for the team. He was there back to his best, lost also a bit rhythm and confidence, obviously, because he was also not always playing. But yes, why we wanted to sign him and why he's such a crucial player. He has delivered in such an important game. And this was also quite important, yes.
Not the end of the season yet, but it felt like a bit of a farewell for Liam Cooper there. What can you say about Liam tonight?
No, so first of all, it was... I'm blessed with a really good skipper, because Liam, obviously, once you're a leader of men, then it's also not that easy if you're not always playing. But he's always a leader of men, and always our main leader in the dressing room, on the training pitch, in each every moment. He makes sure that everyone is spot on, and he's, for me, although he was not involved in each every second on the pitch, really one of our key players during the season. And I'm not just full of respect for his career and what he's done and for his CV, but also what he's doing right now. And for that, we're just living in the here and now. And yes, obviously after the season, then this decision will be made. But right now, we just focus on the upcoming days and also on Wembley and our focus. And Liam focus is right now just on Wembley, because he's one of the just very few who has written already a chapter in the history of this club, and we have the chance to write another chapter. And yes, that each and everyone in this group can be then connected and also called a bit like Leeds legends in the end, if we really finally make it. And for that, yes, our focus is just on Wembley and on nothing else. And wanted Liam then not just a thank you for him for all his hard work, but also, Ilya was on yellow. Also, Islam Padu is more or less the only player who can fulfill then this deep 6 role. And then it was naturally for me that Liam would come in, and I would have liked if you perhaps put one of our set pieces to bed in order to score a goal. Would have been normally one of the stories just football that are just possible in football, but overall, I think we're all blessed that we have him.
Phil?
After Southampton to make sure that what had gone on in the last month didn't affect the playoffs once they started. What did you say to them?
First of all, a pretty honest and brutal analyzing of why we were not at our best. There were a few things that we couldn't control. Obviously, the injuries, and also sometimes the quality of the opponents, and sometimes decisions of the referee that was obviously unlucky, but also there were a few things in our control that we could have done better, and we've worked on it a lot with even more training sessions than we had before. We had also a bit time on the training pitch to work, especially on our defensive behavior and our compactness against the ball, and this was crucial in the 2 games against Norwich when we didn't concede 1 goal. Because this is always the first step, and then we could also gain confidence and also more momentum to work also a bit on our game with the ball. And obviously, one thing is you can prepare it on the training pitch, but then also you have to bring it on the pitch. And for that, all the praise goes to the players, how they fulfilled what we've worked in the recent couple of weeks, I have to say. And it seems like at least tonight we are back to our best.
How much will your plan at Wembley depend on who wins tomorrow night? Or will it be a case of just doing what you do?
No, obviously, I think it's always important to prepare your team, also keeping in mind what the opponent will do, and obviously it will play a pretty significant role, and an important role. But it's more like to bring our game, our principles on the pitch. But we have different scenarios against different setups, how we bring our principles on the pitch. And it's different if you play, for example, against 3-man formation or 4-man formation, how you want to bring our football on the pitch. And for that, yes, it will be, like always, crucial also to analyze the opponents, to prepare them in the best possible way, to work a bit on our game plan, how to bring our game on the pitch. But one thing is for sure, we want to be dominant again and want to bring our strength into this game, and want to be ourselves also at Wembley.
Stuart?
Daniel, was there a point tonight, either before the game or during the game, where you sense that they've got the right balance between, being motivated and not over motivated?
After we scored the fourth goal, I was at least sure that we would go to Wembley. To be honest, I'm never relaxed during the game because, like I mentioned before, so you're 3-0 up at halftime, then you miss 2 big chances, and on the other side, there are also experienced players like, Ashley Barnes, who is always difficult when you play against him. But if you have such a player in your team, you like it because he tries everything to change the momentum and in order to provoke also something. And you always have to be switched on because if you then react to one of the provocations, perhaps, and you're there with a yellow red card or red card, then the momentum can change. And for that, I know that I have a pretty young side and also a pretty emotional side. I was always switched on in order to make sure that everyone reacts also in the perfect way, and I would calm the nerves down and also would calm our game down a bit. Overall, when I watch a game back, I would probably say that we were pretty close to how we want to play in terms of good balance between dominant, creating, but also rock solid in terms of defending. But even today, there were several scenes where I would got the feeling so we could have done better in terms of the feeling when we start the attack, sometimes a bit too early, when we prepare a bit our situations, also how to finish the situations. And yes, also we allowed them to have this one counter attack with Josh Sargent. If he scores a goal in the first half, the momentum can change again. And for that, also big compliment to Illan today, because it's a sign of a quality goalkeeper if you're not involved at all in the game. But in this one decisive moment, you are there with a world-class save. I think it was also a crucial moment. And for that was another sign that, in just this job, you can never relax. You always have to be switched on till there is really the final whistle. Yes, but after we scored the fourth goal, I had a good feeling at least.
And Wembley will be emotional for different reasons. How important will it be for the confidence of your young players that they've been through a night like this, and you'll be able to talk through it after?
Not just this, but also to be through difficult times, and also to overcome a few odds against us, and also to overcome that we had a little dip in form, because this is what each and every team does. But for some of my young players, Archie Gray has never experienced this. Willie Gnonto and Chris Summerville and Georginio Rutter have never experienced this on championship, but also the feeling that they are capable to work themselves back to their best shape. This is also crucial, because I expect also a tight game, also a game of different periods, and that we also will have probably periods when it's difficult in the game and we have to dig in and to win the momentum back. And especially for a young side, each and every of these moments is crucial in terms of their development. And for that, yes, not just happy with the night today, but also how we overcame a really difficult run in, and that we stick to our to believe also in what we're doing and to win our momentum back. This could pay off as pretty crucial. Yes.
Got any more questions? Yeah, Richard.
You had a couple of your signings scored goals today, and after all of the players you left last summer, how big a job was it to bring this season and go for promotion in year one?
Well, I spoke about this before. So I've signed for this club because I want to return back to the Premier League. So it wouldn't have signed for any other club in the Championship, because the last time I was in this league, I won this league. So it's not like I'm too tempted to win my first promotion anyhow. But last season I was in charge in the German Bundesliga, also not a bad league, and I've had to prepare also a big club for games like Borussia Dortmund and Bayern Munich. I want to return back to the best league in the world. That's the Premier League, and I want to work on the best level. But I also signed a long-term contract because I also know how difficult it could be after relegation. First time of asking to return back is never easy, and you can't plan it. And once I signed a contract, I was carefully optimistic. But when I came here and saw what happened also with all this contract and how we were then in the end of August, I was a bit more careful in predicting that we would return back to in the first time of asking. And again, we had Wembley, we are one game away. But if you would have told me we would return back to the Premier League after 1 year in September, I would have said, really, no chance. But right now we have a chance. And no one in this club is more greedy to return back as quick as possible, because I want to return back to the best league in the world as quick as possible. And for that, yes, right now there is a chance, and of course you are highly motivated right now also to do it, and then we can, if we really do it, then we can speak about what was necessary and how difficult it was afterwards. But before, let's make sure that we really return. Otherwise, we don't have to speak what a big job it would be. So at first, a job has to be done. Yes, and then we can praise ourselves. But for praise and self-loving ourselves too much, it's much too early, because this important game is upcoming.
Okay, thanks everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a good evening. Safe travels back. Thank you. It was great to see. All good at home.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you.
Finish your job.
Right. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you.